Okay guys, I'm going to show you my best hard baits for smallmouth and largemouth. And the first one I'd start off with is a Mann's crankbait. It's a baby bass, red eyes, red blood hooks, and it's got a slight rattle to it. Works really good. Just cast it in weed patches and reel it in. And my other bait would be the pencil bait from Rapala. These baits have done really good for me, but only when you're trolling. So if you're not into trolling, these baits won't really work. But they're really good for largemouth. These baits are the best that I've had for trolling. Baby bass and the silver shiner are what work good for me. And you can also use shallow runners. These are better for casting. And baby bass and the bluegill. This bait has really gotten me a lot of bass. This is a really excellent bait to have, just a baby bluegill. Can either get a shallow runner or a deep runner, which is 7 foot or so, that it dives down. Works really good. And the head and torpedo bait for topwater. It's a really nice bait. It's got propellers on it. Works really nice. It makes a lot of noise and has a lot of action. Stirs up the water pretty good. But when you go out to buy these, make sure you get a white belly one, because a lot of them, they have all these details on top, but it's a topwater bait. So I don't have a reason why you'd be buying a bait that has all this detail on top. It's a topwater bait. Bass are going to be seeing from below it. That white belly really helps get the bass hit because it looks like a frog belly. And my other bait would be the jig. This is a really good bait. You just cast it on the bottom, keep jigging it up. This is a Terminator series jig. It's got little rattles in it. Works really nice for when you're hitting it up and stuff. And let's see, my other favorite bait would be the hula popper. This is a brand new one, and it's a little bigger than the one I previously had, but still works just the same. It's a good topwater bait. It's pretty much close to the torpedo baits. And my favorite topwater bait, the one that I've caught so many fish off, is the scum frog. They are the best baits you could possibly get for topwater. I mean, I love these things. These are an excellent bait to have. They're really soft too, so you can have bass hold on to them a lot longer because it feels real. And they're really good. Compared to this has never caught me a single fish. It's too big of a bait, or I don't know, it just looks fake or something, but these are the dominating ones. This is really just a waste. Another little bait I like to use is the Storm Chug Bug. Simple little bait with rattles in it. You just jig it across the water. Works really nice for bass. It's like $2 at the store, so it's a cheaper bait. And again is a bass stopper. This is a simple bait you can buy at the store. It's just a worm. It's got 3 hooks in it. I like the Nightcrawler color with the red dot on the top. It's a good color that I've got, and it's my favorite. It's a good bait. And then rattle traps. Got a lot of these. Rattle traps have a lot of noise, so if you're going for fish that like noise, like bass, they tend to go after this if it's a silent area. It's a really nice bait. Got multiple colors, but my favorite color would be the bass, which is right here. And just any bass bait I've seen, like smaller bass colors, is the best. This works good in really murky water because it shows up better. Just tiger stripe pattern. And then my other baits that I like, I've lost a few of these, so I got newer ones, but first one would be the Strike King Red Eye Shad. This is a bait Kevin Van Dam uses, and it's a really nice bait. I really like it. It's got a lot of action and stuff. It's a lipless crankbait. I like it. My favorite bait would be the Kevin Van Dam Chartreuse Blackback Shad. This is really nice. I like this crankbait. It's my favorite out of all of them. It's a nice bait. It's pretty big, but it still gets a lot of fish. A lot of bigger bass. And then the Norman lures. It's almost like the Chartreuse Shad. It's got basically the same detail, red gills. And it's a nice bait to have. And that's basically it for my favorite baits for largemouth bass and smallmouth. Thank you.